Hey, what's up, everyone? Darn sig, don't forget to retract the troll votes. Yeah, we'll make sure no trolls make it. Oh wait, I need to turn on music. Sorry, one more step. We're almost ready. Just gonna do the Final Fantasy playlist again. Thanks for the Pig Ups Inked. I did find my spare Exacto blades. Let me know if the music's too loud. Come on. I'm gonna have to buy more replacements because I have exactly 2 left. Hey, what's up, Daniel? How are you doing? The alchemist formerly known as Bill. I still go by Bill. Okay, yeah, I'm down to 1 knife blade left. There we go. Set up for tonight. Love to see it. Almost ready. I got one more thing to clear up my space. No, you're not tripping. There is a loading circle. I don't know why that's there. Dead. Okay, it's gone. Oh, thank you for pointing that out. Well, it's been a crazy week since I last saw you guys. I had a corporate Christmas party. My Etsy store has blown up. The Virginia figurine giveaway ended, and I found the winner. And I'm not going to dox them, but they're in another country. And thankfully, shipping her to this country is only going to cost me like $30. So I was like, oh, hell yeah. You know, I was so afraid that it was going to be like $100 to send her overseas. But isn't that wild that I can send a 1/7 scale resin figure overseas for $30? But you ask the guy for one of his statues, and he immediately quotes, it's $100 to ship anything anywhere in America. Like, what is going on? What a scam, bro. I gotta stop using bro, because Stevie and Chris use that phrase a lot. Yeah, I hit the over 50 sale threshold on Etsy, and it's just been going non-stop. So like I shipped an order today. I have a Gigi, a Cecilia to ship this week, and then a double order to ship, which is Nimi and Bales. And then someone else is interested in both Ado prints from Bulkamancer. And then I have I have 2 painting commissions lined up. Oh, and another guy who wants Narissa and Shiori from HoloLive. So that's 9 orders right there. So I might be busy running the Etsy shop on the side for a while. So I'll try to fit in as much Final Fantasy Tactics as I can, because I've been craving that game like a lunatic. And trying really, really hard not to do a separate playthrough from the main plot, the stream plot, so that way I don't get ahead of myself like I did in Unicorn Overlord. But yeah, don't be surprised if you see more of these types of streams, because I need to keep up with the Etsy side of things as well as much as I can. But my guess is you guys don't seem to mind, because it gives us time to chat. I get to show off the 3D printed stuff. Unfortunately, it's not any new models. These are all characters we've seen before, but it's because I think Gigi and Cecilia are my 2 most popular characters. I think Gigi's slightly more popular only because she's slightly smaller, so she's less expensive. Anyway, so the goal is to get everything off the supports so I can spend tomorrow evening probably curing them. And then Thursday or Friday will be sanding and packing and getting her in the mail. I do have a poll. Hey, what's up, Don? I do have a poll linked in the Twitch and YouTube chat for the next model I want to paint and give away. Like I said, it'll probably be a couple months before I can get to them. So I can run the poll. Oh, shoot. I don't know if I set a date on the poll. Hopefully it runs for a month. I didn't. It'll be the default, because now I think about it, I don't think I picked anything. Polishing, sanding, packing, and putting it in the mail like my last girlfriend. Jeez Louise. So yeah, the goal is to try to get through Cecilia since she's got a lot of parts. And then at least one of the Gigis. Because one of the Gigis is for the painting commission. Oh, so I counted twice. So I've got about 8 orders in the queue. Not 10. But, the unpainted one I need to try to ship at the end of the week. So, that is the goal. Yeah, I already saw Shaq was advocating for Guts to win in the Discord. So, I'm kind of excited that people are already, you know, voting and trying to push for their favorites to win the poll. So. I was gonna say, that's a crazy Final Fantasy song. I almost jabbed myself in the face. Fresh knife should cut nice and clean. I finally ordered one of those pen sanders so I can polish the pieces automatically and not by hand. Not quite a Dremel, something a little less powerful. And a little bit more specialized for what we're doing. But I was thinking about how my process gets bottlenecked and where the improvements can be made, and it's like, well, I need, like, anything I can use a machine for that's not by hand will probably do wonders for me. I also need to think about getting a second printer again. What's up, John Doe? No, these gloves are not cut resistant, but they will keep me from getting poisoned and toxicked from touching uncured resin. Because this stuff isn't fully cured yet. It's basically just been taken off the printer and cleaned. In the isopropyl. And now the trick now is to just not cut myself 5 head. Hasn't happened yet, so long as I don't get complacent. Should be fine. Reminds me of a fun fact. The clothes you have to put on when entering a nuclear reactor are not there to protect you. It's to prevent you carrying radioactive dust out. Well, that makes sense. Don't want to bring the nasty stuff out of the reactor. This is supposed to be a Final Fantasy playlist, but this sounds like Pokemon. This is supposed to be like a Final Fantasy 1 or 2. It's even got like sound effects too. Very crunchy. Old NES, SNES. Let me see if I can get a good crunch. Hell yeah. I like to start with the bigger pieces and work my way down. Nintendo gonna sue? Dude, Nintendo and Sony are the worst. I mean, I understand protecting your IP and all that, but... It's still kind of sticky. It probably needs another dip in the IPA bath. How's the new Pokemon game? Has anyone played that here? They're full on patent trolling. Yeah, they are really mad at Pal World just existing. Trying to like steal the patent on the whole capture monsters and train them mechanic is ours. It's like, dude, Monster Rancher, what's the other one I'm thinking of? Maybe Digimon? Wasn't there a Dragon Quest that let you collect the monsters too? Like, Nintendo, you're like late by decades to try to like protect the whole IP on summoning creatures. Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh! That's the other big one that would get people pissed off. And by people, I mean corporations, which are not people. Hey, what's up, Greed? How are you doing? If they go further, they're more than willing to start class action with Atari to patent moving and jumping over obstacles with Nintendo. Yeah, Nintendo's crazy. And it feels like they haven't made a good game in a while. Or made a good gaming decision. Like, what's the whole point on these, like, game cert cartridges? I don't know. I feel like sometimes they make good decisions and good products. And then other times they don't. Like, it would get ridiculous if they start patenting controllers with shoulder buttons on them, or the D-pad construction, or going right. We have the giant Kinder surprise eggs for Christmas, and they have Pokemon in them. Wow. Try not to give Nintendo money, but it's really hard. Now, I was thinking about that the other day, because I like to shop at Hobby Lobby only because it's the only hobby store in my town. Like, I have literally no other options. So if I want super glue, paintbrushes, paints, things like that, I go to Hobby Lobby. And I've got, you know, people upset that I shop at Hobby Lobby. It's like, well, I don't really have any other option. You know, and it's hard to boycott stores when they have the product that I need at the best price. Stuff's too expensive to be buying it more expensive elsewhere. Giant Kinder eggs can't be America. No, I think we have those banned. Some sort of choking hazard. Sounds like Final Fantasy VI if I had to take a guess. It's like picking a stuck booger when you get them all out like that. It feels so good. What's up, Luminous? Dave? How are you doing? I don't know why I put the pause in there like that. Because I saw the name Luminous, but I was like, no, his name is Dave. Yeah, we banned Kinder Eggs because of choking, but we have Tide Pods that look like candy, candy that looks like Tide Pods, and we have Galaxy Gas too. Which is like some sort of flavored whipped cream. But it's never used for that. What's up, Exodus? How you doing? I'm doing alright. I feel kind of like butt today, probably because I got my injections today. I have a medicine I have to take every 2 weeks, and it's by injection, and the side effect can cause nausea. The last time I got it, I didn't get nausea, and the time before that I got nausea, and then today it feels like the nausea's hit me. But I was like, no, I got all this momentum from the giveaway. I'm just gonna push through. But if I run away early, that's what's going on. Sorry about that, dude. I'm sorry. It's a medicine I have to take for the rest of my life. And it does get injected into my butt muscle. So you say where at least it ain't going where the sun don't shine. No, it is going in. Because it has to be injected into a large muscle, and the largest muscle you have is your gluteus. Thankfully, it doesn't hurt to sit on it right now. Even worse. That's not too bad. I hate the nausea because I have so many other stomach things going on that when the nausea hits, it's like, okay, I didn't eat anything bad. Why do I feel like booty today. I was like, oh yeah, I got my shots. Like a dog. That's alright. I'm just glad I know what's wrong with me and that there's treatment for it, and it's just a injection every 2 weeks. I'm not trying to fish for pity. I'm just explaining why. If I go, oh boy, okay, that's it, and like log off suddenly, that's why. But even though it's like 20 degrees outside, I have the window open and the cool air is making me feel good enough. I'm sure my electric bill is gonna love that. Okay, so I've accidentally cracked this piece before on camera, so my goal is tonight to be a little bit more careful all around the supports. I say that as I start yanking away. If we just... If you crack it, do it off frame. I think I showed you guys the last time I cracked it. It was like this piece right here on her dress, and I just ended up gluing it back together. I've gone back to my library of games, and I've been playing a couple older ones. I played some more Slay the Spire. I finally beat Ascension 20 on every character now. The hardest one was the Defect, because he's probably the worst class of the four. But that was fun to beat an arbitrary difficulty. And I'm almost ashamed to say I've been playing more Dota 2. They have a really cool event going on right now. It's a Monster Hunter event. Hey, what is up, MTC dude? How are you doing tonight? Yes, craftsmanship. We're putting skills, talent, and our hands to work on camera. How was work? Work was alright. Got a lot of stuff done yesterday. Today was phone calls, and unfortunately I had one of my meetings tomorrow cancel. So I spent today trying to fill in my schedule for tomorrow and failed. But I think it'll be okay. I expect work to pick up more at the start of the new year, when all like the Christmas parties and stuff. And I almost asked if they made dissolvable supports before I realized how dumb that would be. It would be hella convenient. There's like three things I could do to make the support process easier. One is soak everything in hot water to soften it lightly, but the problem is then you have a bunch of toxic water that you can't really do anything with, and it doesn't evaporate fast enough. The other thing is to use a hairdryer, and I have a hairdryer, and I have it over here, but I don't do that because it's loud. I don't think you guys would like to hear it going brrr the whole time. So, and the third thing is these are all pre-supported by the artists. So if I need to do this, I'm just lazy. Is if I calibrate if I make my supports myself and I calibrate the supports to like my resin and cure times and things like that, then hypothetically I should be able to get these off the printer, and then they just pull off and they won't leave any of these marks or anything on the print. Ideally. But I've dabbled in making my own supports, and the first attempt wasn't very pretty. I need to go back to it and do it. Hot wire saw. Um, that might be okay. I just need something like X-Acto knives and clippers where I can be precise and only take supports off and don't damage the underlying print. Ideally. Yes, I did get a new job, Daniel. I don't know if you've been here to hear that announcement, but yeah, I got laid off, back in May, and I started in October. But I'm in the hand-holding stage, get lots of training, orientation kind of stuff. So new, I don't even have business cards yet. The joy of doing quiet work with one's hands. Dude, I've gotten back into like painting stuff too, and I've been having so much fun painting my 3D printed stuff. People have been paying me to paint stuff. I gave away a painted print. I'm working on another one. I do it for FDM, and it's not bad. The pain in the ass is calibrating different filaments. Oh, see, I tested a couple different resins, and I landed on this resin, and I really like it, mostly because it cures quickly, so it gets through the printer pretty fast. But it's also pretty durable. So that's nice. That way, when I like ship parts to the customer, you know, the postal service is beating the crap out of the box. Hopefully the pieces make it. I've only had one person say, out of 50 orders, I've only had one person say a part arrived slightly damaged, and he said it was just like no big deal to just put a drop of hot super glue on it to fix it. So we've had no issues. I've shipped stuff to France and the UK and Canada. Nothing, no major damages to the parts in transit, thankfully. Knock on wood. I don't have any wood to knock on. Make your resin supplier nervous. In their reviews mention tastes strange. Yeah, that would not be good. The French, they get a pass. They're ordering from me. It's interesting. I thought I would get more orders because of like tariffs and stuff, making it harder to get like HoloLive merch and stuff, that they'd want the off the not officially licensed stuff that I'm doing. But I also guess I should just count my blessings that HoloLive hasn't sent a C&D to take down the store. Oh yeah, Shaq, you have one of my painting commissions. After I finish painting Gigi, your paint job is next, and then the giveaway paint job. And thankfully, I think your character, while sexy, is not too sexy for me to paint on stream. I'm not impatient like the guy. How are the Eurobros supposed to get their merch? I don't know. Unlike the other version you sent me, yeah. I have a lot of NSFW prints. Half the artists I follow make naked versions of the characters they design. That would I would have to find a new platform to sell those on, because Etsy was not happy about it. Alright, showing toes for the feet bros. There you go. Yeah. Only Prince. My only other problem with that is I've seen the prices for what like the Chinese studios do for the NSFW painted prints, and it's it'd be hard to compete. Because they charge... Now, they've got a pretty big operation. I've seen what some of these studios do. They have a lot more printers than I do. But they're almost charging for a painted figure what I charge for an unassembled, unpainted one. But I don't know. There's sometimes the Chinese orders get screwed with, or it's hard to find a studio that's real, because a lot of them just like steal the pictures, pretend they have it, take your money, and then like shut down their site, and then you literally have no recourse. And they do the thing too where it's like, hey, this is a pre-order, we'll have it out to you in 7 months, just outside your PayPal 6-month chargeback window. Hard to compete with sweatshop prices. Yeah, I think my only advantage there is if someone stateside wanted something that they would save on the shipping. But yeah, they do. It's pretty cool to see, and it's something that I wish I could do. But if I scaled it up, I'm not sure how I could keep up with the demand. The only other thing that could make painting faster is if I got an airbrush. But that might be my next step. But I'd have to have a whole area set up for it, so that way I have a hood to pull away the fumes, and the compressor. And I don't know if I'd be able to stream that, because you guys don't want to hear that compressor next to me, chug-a-lugging the whole time, Unless I got one with a decent air tank. Then maybe. I don't know, there's a couple different directions I want to take this. Like, on one hand, I want to learn how to make my own prints. So that way I don't have to, like, follow a bunch of artists on Patreon. Then I'm selling something truly unique you can't get somewhere else. And then I can just get, like, the characters that I want. Get a 6-axis robot arm to paint for you. It's funny you say that, because I do know a guy that sells robot arms. I could get one. I could get... It would be way too expensive. I'd have to sell like 1,000 prints. I feel like my prices are fair. Well, in fairness to the people who are getting early painting commissions, I'm charging less than I would like to charge, because one, I'm trying to develop my skills, and at the same time two, I'm trying to build a portfolio, so that way in the future I can be like, okay, here's all the different ways I can paint. So that way in the future I can charge more because I can say, hey, here's what it's, I could be confident in, one, the timing, and two, what it's going to look like. Yeah, Merry Christmas, Dave. We got 16 days to the holiday. I have a little advent calendar, doggy advent calendar for Rocky, so every day he gets a treat. It was kind of fun until he tried to get into the whole calendar. I'm pretty excited. I got something really cool for Jill, and I'm sure she's going to love it. And then she texted me another thing, so I might get that for her too. Did I see the new character for Rivals? Are you talking about Rogue being a Vanguard? Stealing abilities. Oh, that is really cool. Any feasting with the families? Christmas will be with the in-laws. And the Saturday after will be my family's Christmas at my dad's house. Same spot where we had Thanksgiving. What's up, Joe? How are you doing? Going well. Kind of glad I started early. Speaking of cake. Boom, robot cheeks. I think her legs do. Nope, wrong leg. Yeah, that leg's back, this leg's forward. But she's a clockwork character, that's why you got the doll joints for the knees and stuff. The advent calendar was a box, windows scattered all around it, and on Christmas it was a large flap at the top that had a chocolate figure in it. Oh. That sounds pretty cool. Well, one of the things I learned from the last giveaway is 2 weeks might be too short, because, the last 2 days I've been getting a huge influx of likes on the tweet, which is nice, but the giveaway's already over and the guy's already claimed his prize, so, you're not going to get an entry. It's already done. But I think next time I'll run it for a month. I think we're about halfway. We're getting down to the itty-bitty pieces. So Rogue's ult takes away ult charge from other characters. Does it do anything else, or is she just like an ultimate negator? Does she have a silencing effect like Emma Frost, so other people can't ult during her ult? Because I feel like that's an important ability in that game. Oh, tomorrow's the full reveal and gameplay test. Gotcha. I don't know. I haven't played much. Like I said, I'm getting back into Dota. I really like the Monster Hunter event going on right now because it's like they have a bunch of skins that you can craft, including a Persona skin, which is pretty cool. Persona skins change like the whole overall. You might as well be playing like another character in terms of like appearance. So like they have like Childhood Genius Invoker where they turn him into like a kid wizard. Crystal Maiden turns into a wolf. And there's another one for Dragon Knight that makes him look like an anime character. But they have a persona for Anti-Mage, which makes a female Anti-Mage, and she looks pretty cool. But yeah, see, there's like all these skins that you can craft. But you get the materials from hunting other players in the game, which I think is really cool. Plus, if you win your match, you get a bunch of pieces that way too. But it's been a... I gotta make sure my gloves are still intact. I don't know, it's been mostly pretty fun. I don't know, I had a loss today where my team was getting mad at me for not building support items, but I was like... we had 2 people building. We didn't need 3 supports. You don't do that. Plus, you guys were sucking, so I started building carry items to try to help fix the game. So, we lost that one. I don't know, unranked in Dota feels weird because I only have like 30 wins on the account or something. Like total, I've only played like 70 matches. Maybe I have 40 wins. I don't know. Obviously, I'm still learning the game. But like, you click unranked and you'll get queued against people who've played thousands of games. And you just get smoked in like 20 minutes. And it's like, how the hell was I supposed to learn anything? And there's a lot going on in a game of Dota, so I try not to like sweat doing everything. I just try to sweat like doing enough. You know, one of the things I like about Dota is it feels like it's a shorter, at least in the early game, it's a shorter time to kill. So I feel like there's more counterplay in the early game. And then mid-game, when people start getting items, then, like, stuff gets crazy. Sorry, this is a delicate piece with a lot of detail, so I'm trying to be real careful with cutting it out. One of the things I wanted to do for these streams was try to find and make my own playlist of music. It's a kind of mix of just, I was gonna say lazy, but it's not like I'm doing nothing. It's just that there's a lot of other stuff I need to be doing. It's like the guy promising to do music during Lego and then never doing it. Sings the Ballad of Beg every day. Bro, it is wild that He's already back to begging. And I think it was Tevin or maybe it was PPP who pointed it out, how little commentary Dave has when he isn't begging. Because he talked about nothing else during his gameplay, so he has no practice talking about anything else. Just so much dead air. He can't even talk about butts. He will talk about butts, but it's only if, like, they're in the process of excreting. It's really weird. I just realized I'm not in top chat. So I saw a message in the shared chat, but not on the chat. Yeah, only male butts. We both know I mean cute girl butts. Oh yeah, he'll never talk about those. Was it last night or was it today's pre-stream where he was talking about I need more new games to come out? Like, bro, you've skipped everything and you've quit half the games that you've played. Like, how can you be begging for more games? Play what's already out there. Finish Sea of Stars or Final Fantasy VII. Got it out. Mostly intact. Yeah, go back to like Battlefield 6 or Marvel Rivals or any of the other games he said he'd go back to once they got new content. I need more games to come out of early access. I'm still waiting for Rogue Point to drop. I did the 2 playtests of it. I don't even think he's going back to Expedition 33. Dude, it's wild that he had the momentum from the Asmongold audience. He totally had everything within his ability to, you know, try to change his narrative to a new audience, and he was even calling it his new audience, you know, welcome home. It just, oh god, so cringe. But he's like, now that I have a new audience, an audience that does appreciate good JRPGs, then I'm gonna go back to Expedition 33. And this was like 3 weeks ago. Anyone try the new update on Helldivers? I know Gondola did, but he said it crashed his GPU. So I don't know how good it was. I'm signing up for that like optimization thingy so that way it goes from like 300 gigabytes to 50. I think it's really cool that they're doing that. Routine, a game that was on and off development for 12 years, is finally out. Can be beaten in under 4 hours. Oh, that's sad. My Jill was excited to finally have Routine, and she was playing it this week, but if it's that short, she might already be done with it. Speaking of games that she was excited for this year, she got me to play Dispatch. And I don't get the hate for Dispatch. It is pretty dang good. I love the writing. I love the voice acting. I love the actual Dispatch gameplay of, oh, this crime needs someone who's good at defense to handle it. This crime needs someone who's good at charisma to handle it. You know, like, And you can level up your heroes to either like fill in the gaps in their skill sets or make them better at their skill sets and stuff. The art is nice. Yeah, just everything that I've seen so far of Dispatch has been really, really enjoyable. I mean, the writing does have a couple of points where it's like almost just like either too meta or just like, oh god, that was almost too cringy. Like it was cringe-worthy. But then it's got so many other good lines in it. I'm not going to spoil anything, but it's good. I really like it. And I think it's a cope for Dave to be like, oh no, it's got famous YouTubers in it. I can't play it. It's like, dude, good actors and like famous characters are going to get cameo appearances and stuff. It's just the nature of the beast. He can't romance a man. You can romance nobody. If you don't want to romance anyone, you are allowed to pursue that. I don't know, apparently the one character I'm interested in is the only unromanceable female in the game. So I was just like, what? Why is she there if I can't romance her? It seems unfair. He does put shame on the Dave name. I'm so sorry. Ah! It's a really thin piece. Hopefully it's okay. I don't want to say who it is, Shaq, because some people might take that as spoilers. But yeah, exactly. There's a... We're not even talking about that darn sig. We're just talking about people voicing a video game. But they have famous actors and famous voice actors, because I think Liam O'Brien's in there too. And it's an almost... Well, I guess the dispatch parts are kind of important. Maybe Dave would struggle at those parts. But I mean, he totally has an option to be, you know, dickish to all the characters. And he can get spoiled on it if he wants to avoid certain outcomes or endings. But no, pretty slick game. I hope they make a second one, or I hope that studio makes another game. I thought he played all the Telltale games, so I thought he would be all over this. Because he's like, aren't we looking for another chill game now that we've killed Truck Simulator? Playing a... I don't want to say visual novel, but an interactive visual novel would be pretty chill. And it's got superheroes, so you'll make Jade happy. Could do this fat little guy next. I played with Jade in Rivals before Dave, yeah. Team Invisiwoman or Blonde Blazer? You mean Invisigal? Man, that's tough. Because the more I've played the game and I've seen more, you interact with more Invisigal more than Blonde Blazer. So, like, I lean towards Invisigal, but that's only because I've seen... I've interacted with her more in the game than Blonde Blazer. I don't know. I also really like Prism. I don't know if she's romanceable. Hopefully she is. I haven't seen this part in the game. I've just seen the clip on Twitter. Where Prism uses her light powers and like flashbangs a whole room of guys. And the bad guys are running away screaming, going, "Oh no, she temporarily blinded me." She just chimes in, "Bitch, what do you mean temporarily? You blind forever." She's one of my favorites, just for that clip alone. I haven't even seen it in the game that I'm playing my playthrough yet. But yeah, the game's good. I didn't realize how popular it was, but one of the artists I followed did a Invisigal print and then was actively like seeking out stores like mine that have the Patreon licenses with them, being like, "Hey, this person wants to buy Invisigal if you got it in your store." Unfortunately, my printer's busy printing my other orders, but I was like, oh man, it might be time to get Invisigal printed next if I can. I was looking for an Invisigal figurine, but couldn't see it anywhere. Space King Prince would be cool. Space King? What's Space King? I have not watched Space King, no. Oh yeah, here's the models being worked on. It's a Warhammer 40k parody? Okay, I'd probably like it. If you remove all the glamour and made it completely meathead. Oh, is it that animation with the fat, angry Space Marines? Okay. Okay, I've seen clips of it. Alright, I'll definitely check it out. Oddly hyped song after chill one. I'm not picking the order of the playlist. I just found some guy's 9-hour Final Fantasy playlist, and that's what we're doing. But speaking of 40k, Darktide came out with the Hive Scum class, and I finally got it to level 30. But they're pretty fun. Ever seen sister leveling? No. Is that anything like solo leveling? Or duo leveling? Another parody? I'll check it out. Do I have to watch solo leveling to know anything about it? Nope, okay. Speaking of anime, January we're getting Freerun Season 2. It's almost here. The second season of the best anime that's ever come out ever. Worth a watch. John Doe, if you've not seen Freerun, Freerun is fantastic. It's probably one of the best anime I've seen ever. Really incredibly good world building, which turns out is something I really care for in an anime. Doesn't get all up its own ass about like the rules and the systems and how things work. The music is fantastic. The animation production is gorgeous. And at times it's heart-wrenching too. It's better than One Frame Man. Bro, season 3 of One Punch Man has been a disaster. If you didn't think it could get worse from season 2, we have characters that go from like randomly getting 6 fingers on their hand to band-aids disappearing to... Uh-oh, something crashed. What just crashed on my computer? A window randomly closed on me. Okay, we're up to Final Fantasy 15 now. Give it a download and a watch, yeah. Yeah, it's really good. Pissed they jacked up One Punch Man. That's what got me into anime, bro. It's what got my fiance back into anime for a little bit, was One Punch Man, because she saw it and was like, oh, I gotta show it to Will, he's really gonna like this. And I loved the first season. I still need to finish Attack on Titan. That was another one that helped get me back into anime too. But yeah, I'd say Freerun's worth a watch. I mean, Freerun was so good that it made, like, it obviously didn't get a second season this year, but like, I was talking to Cerulean because we talk about anime in a Discord together, another Discord, not my Discord, and he's like, dude, nothing coming out is gonna be as good or anywhere near as good as Freerun. Or Dan to Dan. Dan to Dan's really good. Finally started watching the second season of that. I guess the nice thing about Freerun and Dan to Dan is just how more realistically written the characters are. Because the red-haired warrior boy, Stark, in Freerun, like, he's a badass when he wants to be, but he starts off as pretty cowardly, because he's like dude, there ain't no way that we're gonna kill a dragon. Like, he's just like skeptical and cowardly and aware of his own mortality. You know, it just, his growth is so good through the show. And then Frieren and Fern being OP, but not like OP. They still have to like rely on each other at different elements and stuff for different things. But it's not like Naruto where it's like, oh, he's using a fire chakra ninjutsu, I better use a water chakra ninjutsu. And then the character does that, and then the other character goes, oh, he countered my fire chakra with a water chakra. And then they like immediately do flashback of a scene that you literally just saw happen. Like what Demon Slayer does. Oh my gosh. Frieren doesn't do any of that. It's so good. We just get really cool fight and then the outcome of the fight, you know? And it like trusts its readers to be intelligent enough to understand that if we show the fire getting extinguished by water, that the watcher understands that water beats fire in our universe, and we don't have to, you know, spend 5 minutes explaining chakra systems. Or talk no jutsu, yeah, those can be frustrating too. The nice thing is, Frieren doesn't take prisoners. So what did people? I say people. They're demons. They're not people. When they try to talk their way out, she just kills them. There's no talking your way out of this one. I have not seen Sword Art Online Abridged. I don't mind some explaining in a show, but it gets draining to have it all the time. Now, there's going to be some montages and there's going to be some flashbacks, but it's all for world building and it's all for explaining who Frieren is. Because she's... the premise of the show is she's an elf that's been alive for 1,000 years. And they went and killed the Demon King, so now they're in an era of peace, right? Because the Demon King is dead, humanity's thriving. But the hero that she adventured with to kill the Demon King, he was human, he gets old, and he dies. But, like, she didn't reunite with the group at any of their reunions or anything like that. She only shows up for his, like, 80th birthday, and then when he dies, she shows up at his funeral. But all the other... maybe not 80th. But anyway, at the funeral is when she finally just gets slammed with all the regret. And is just like... I never got to know him. So her journey is partly reliving the adventure that she did with the party, but also she thinks she has some hint that she can find heaven. So she's hoping to see his spirit and meet him one more time. So it's so touching. Because I think you get... I don't want to explain too much more. You're sold already. I don't want to oversell it. What's up, Wildcard? Whoa, buddy! I don't have a triangle, but... no, it's good. It's sweet. It's awesome. I just like it because it doesn't follow too many obvious anime tropes. I mean, there's still like some tropey stuff in it, but it's not, like I said, it's not head-ass with its explanations. And I think the characters are well written, even the side characters. I almost broke that. I'm so glad it didn't break. Speaking of Whoa Buddy, did anyone see the second Kino Casino video? I haven't watched it yet. I like when the old man's magic is out. It was with his fists. Dude, oh my god, I can't remember his name. He was one of my favorite characters. Cause he wanted to become a first-class mage to go visit his wife, and not his wife being alive. He wants to go visit her grave. So like, because it's in a town that's like that got destroyed by the demons or something like that. So like travel's highly restricted there or something. But he's going through the first-class mage exam, and they have to, you know, capture this relic and bring it out. And they find another team that has one. And this guy's like, all right, I'm out of mana. And he takes off his robe and flexes. He's like, but I'm not out of options. Just start punching the other wizards to steal their relic. Crap, I wish I could remember his name, because I thought he was a very, very good character. Powerful, but level-headed, knew his limits, could recognize if other characters were stronger than him. Always had a plan, even when he was out of spells. It's like, I'm going to cast Fist, yeah. Take Emitrol if you're feeling nauseous. Stuff saved my butt so many times. I don't think I have any of that, but I'll look into that. The stuff I normally take is Denkin, that was his name, thank you, is a Neprazole. But I don't have any of that handy. Maybe I should mention to my doctor I get nauseous after I get injections, so maybe he'll give me a Neprazole. His interaction with his granddaughter? Which one's his granddaughter? Was his granddaughter the one that Fern fought in the contest? I'm trying to remember. The Earth Mage, yep, okay. Yeah, if you want another show that's got really well-written characters, like believably well-written, I like Dan to Dan for it too. Because the two main characters in that show, like, have crushes on each other, but it's kind of like the still like high school level of I can't tell her that I like her kind of stuff. But when they have a fight, you know, it's not like they resolve things in normal, believable ways. My favorite quote from Freeland that never is here. I have a couple favorite quotes, but I don't want to spoil anything for John Doe since he's probably actively downloading it to watch it right now. Oh, I'm at work. Okay. You'll leave for 2 minutes. Nah, I can save my favorites for later. Damn, dude, you work late. Sorry, violin's pretty delicate, so I'm trying to... Eminence and Shadow's a good one to watch. I still want to watch May I Ask for One Final Thing. Another one that was surprisingly, like, really good, even though it's pretty... It feels kind of formulaic for an anime. Like, it fits just, like, a lot of the shonen tropes, but it does them really well, so it's enjoyable, is Undead Unluck. I think that's getting another season here too. We're almost done with Cecilia. Just like 2. There we go. And by almost done with Cecilia, it's what, 4 more parts to go here. The back of her hair, the gramophone, her body, and her front hair. Front hair is going to be nerve-wracking because of the long, thin pieces. Actually, the back hair has a lot of little skinny pieces too. Getting my AA degree after next week? Your Alcoholics Anonymous degree? Anti-aircraft? A lot of people in my life are going back to school, and I'm very proud of them. Liberal arts. Oh, okay. Gondola just got his grades, and he's like, I'm an AB student. Hell yeah. Advanced autism. No, that's what my degree is in. It's a degree in fighting polar bears, Arctic ass kicking. Poor polar bears. Going all the way to the Arctic to beat them up. They did nothing to you. You're coming on their home turf. Oh. Cleaning up the little pieces here, the little supports. Thought I almost broke it because it's a pretty long, skinny piece at an odd angle. What's up, Merlin? Just watched AI beat hardcore Minecraft. That's cool. I saw a documentary on AI learning how to play Dota, and the company behind making the machine learning for the AI. I mean, there's too many characters in Dota to train the AI on every character, so it only trained the AI on, like, I don't know, 20 characters, let's say. I can't remember the exact number, but it was very interesting how the pros had to pick from a limited pool, but it wasn't, like, all, like, weird esoteric characters. It was a good choice of 20, I'd say. And how interestingly that they picked Earthshaker, I think, or was it Spirit Breaker? Something, one of those guys. And the AI instantly went from, oh, it's a 50-50 to, oh, I have an 80% chance of winning, just because of, I don't know, it had trained itself to beat a character so particularly well that when the pros picked this character, it was like, oh wait, we can't do anything. They know how to play around it. There's an AI playing Trackmania, and it found some human viable tricks and exploits nobody found before. And I've seen those documentaries. The AI Trackmania stuff is really cool, but what's really cool about it is Trackmania is simple enough that you can do. I've seen the guys do the programming for, like, Super Mario World, like teaching Mario to beat stages. It's the same idea in Trackmania, where you can have the AI attempts learn from previous lives or whatever, but in a way that you can see results rather quickly. AI stealing speedrunner jobs. I think it's helping speedrunners, because you find the trick and then you go to try to emulate it in the real game. Apparently there was a new trick found in GoldenEye, but I haven't watched that documentary yet. I used to watch a lot of GoldenEye speedruns until Karl Jobs kind of fell out of favor. And I don't really get any speedrunning news. Karl used to be the go-to guy. Caused a new rule, the no minimum inputs ruling? What does that mean? It's sad, but it's his own fault. Yep. Billy Mitchell's been on a victory lap for over a year. They found a way where you only had to do a limited number of inputs, like 6 or 7 inputs per track. Can I blame him? Oh, no, absolutely not. No, I think it's a well-deserved victory lap, because, one, I think it's, like, one of the few lawsuits he's actually won. Like, his lawsuit against the Apollo Legend was settled. I don't think it actually went to court. So you can't count that as a victory, even though... I would argue Billy Mitchell came out on top of that one. But then, like, he lost the one to Nintendo, and I think there's been a couple other ones that he's done that he's lost. I think he lost the Twin Galaxies one, too. But yeah, so for him to actually get a W after being so litigious for so long is good for him. Yeah, if Karl was 100% transparent about the lawsuits, he would have come out fine. But was it... I think even Billy Mitchell released a video that showed how disingenuous Karl was after the whole thing. Didn't Karl defend the Battlefield 6 cheater? Oh, did he? I don't know. No, I know Otter did, so I stopped watching Otter when I saw Otter's horrible take on the Battlefield 6 cheater. He had a big video about them. There's Abysssoft, he's pretty good. I'll check him out. It is a shame we lost Apollo Legend, because he was legendary with a lot of the speedrunning stuff. Gotta be really delicate with the hair. Yeah, I'm like, ignoring the, 180 flick to a guy's head behind a boulder. Just like the, I've played Battlefield 6 and I've used those guns with the same attachments. And the aim community, aka the cheaters, will tell you, "Oh, bro, to counteract the recoil, you just gently pull your mouse back." I'm like, no. This isn't what we're talking about. Because the bullets don't shoot straight out of your gun in like a shotgun pattern, let's say. Like this, where they're all parallel coming out. They're like a bloom where they're coming out in a cone. So it's not like... I don't know how else to describe it, but you can't get the laser beam effect that these people were getting in their clips. Like, the guns are just not programmed to shoot bullets that way in Battlefield 6. Like, you can look up Bloom in Battlefield 6 and you'll see all sorts of people complaining about how hard it is to control the guns because of how wild the Bloom is. Now, granted, the other side of it would be like Counter-Strike, where instead you have predictable recoil patterns, but then, you know, you can just learn a gun enough and have like perfect accuracy with it all the time. So the Bloom creates like some level of RNG, I guess, which actually helps make things more fair because it gives the noob a chance to shoot the pro. But yeah, it's hard to get laser beams, and if you do get laser beams, it's got to be close enough where like the Bloom is still at the narrow part of the cone. But these guys are shooting like 80 meters, 150 meters, and laser beaming people that I can't even see. Well, 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 look who's here. Grandfather Nurgle 33. Look who's live. Yep, I'm trying to multi-streaming again to see if it works on this computer while I'm hand camming. Thank you for the follow from 2 days ago. What's up, Brian? Always centering the target too. Yeah, and like, if it was flicking, like your mouse over here, mouse over here, mouse over here, mouse over here, I would believe it if they ever underflicked or overflicked. Because that happens sometimes. Like, I've done it where, like, I underflick and I have to do, like, a second flick to, like, get the crosshair all the way onto the target. But to just be, like, 180, 180, 180, 180, and just, like, ding, 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 and it's... Nope. Nope, you can't sell me on it. I've played the game. I know you can't do it. Finally got sick. Last time was in 2019. You say finally like you're celebrating it. I'm sorry you're sick, though. Have a good night, Dave. They did look off for the AIM community. Didn't they get banned for cheating, too? Like... I don't know. It was really funny. I was watching a Battlefield 6 streamer. Because the guy was like level 350, so I was like, all right, this guy's played a little bit of the game. Maybe there's something that I'll learn. And then he was using my favorite assault rifle, which was the Cord. And we had similar attachments, but this guy is like laser beaming people. I'm like, okay, maybe there's something about the aim or something. But like, there would be guys in fully smoked up, fully concealed, and he's like, headshot, headshot, headshot. And I asked him about, dude, how are you so accurate shooting into smoke? And he says, oh, there's nothing that stops you from shooting into smoke. It's just smoke. It's not a wall. And then he stopped, like, randomly spraying into the smoke. The rest of the session I was watching him, I was like, oh my god, how's this dude level 300 and like, walling? And in Battlefield, too. There's no ranked mode in Battlefield. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Queen Ponzelot vouched for him during her blindfolded Monster Hunter. Dude, the blindfolded Monster Hunter stuff was, that was a trip and a half to see exposed. Those were good documentaries. Went back to Siege and it's bad with the cheaters. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I found a new channel on Siege. This guy does like professional Siege like recaps and stuff, but when a pro gets caught cheating, he shows like the whole scandal and everything and how they did the cheats, like how did they get past the anti-cheats and the admins and stuff like that. And the stuff that they're doing in Siege right now is crazy. Where you have to have a whole separate computer. You're using a capture card to send like your video out to that computer. and that computer's running all the hacks on it, but it's not on your main computer. So nothing on your main computer throws off any like red flags to any of the anti-cheats and stuff. But you got to drop like $1,000 to have like all the hardware to get it to work. Well, am I going to go back to Siege? I'm not going to go back to Siege. I have no interest in Siege. Battlefield 6 is scratching that itch for me right now. And Dota. I mean, I know Dota's not a shooter, but like just the whole PvP kind of playing with other humans is covered that way. Throwing away all that money to not be bad at the game, yeah. I did find, I mean, everyone's done their whole, like, cheater gets exposed kind of videos. And my favorite that I love going back to, love, is, the one, I can't remember her name. Her channel's obviously since deleted, but she lives in infamy to this day. She starts up a game of Counter-Strike, Go, as it was called back in the day before they did Counter-Strike 2. And she's got all her hacks up, all her walls and everything are working. But she doesn't realize the stream can see it. And she doesn't freak out, cancel the stream or anything. She like tries to go like, oh, hey guys, have you ever gotten that glitch where like people's ranks show up on your screen or something? And then when she realizes, oh no, chat can see it, she goes, oh my god, my friend Clara was playing on the computer and she must have installed the hacks first. Yeah, Clara, damn it, stop cheating. Ignoring the fact, I can't remember the one girl's name, but I just remember her friend Clara. But yeah, that's my favorite, one of my favorite cheaters gets exposed videos. The compilations are nice. There's quite a few of like no-name guys who, of course, end up deleting their channels when they get caught. But it was like an hour-long compilation. But there's a couple of clips of like people playing Valorant. His chat calls him out on cheating, as like, press Alt-Tab, bro, and show us your screen capture or your OBS or something. He's like, okay, yeah, sure. What does Alt-Tab do? And he Alt-Tabs to. He Alt-Tabs, and when you press Alt-Tab, that's a hotkey to swap between your programs, and it shows all the programs, including the cheat software, loaded up. And you Alt-Tab, it just shows the overlay. Oh, no. Did that happen to a Warzone streamer? It's, like I said, there was multiple of those moments in the compilation I saw. I just love seeing those guys get exposed. I'm glad cheaters are stupid, too. Alt-Tab, yeah, sure. It's like Mundane Matt showing his report history. Well, what do you mean my report history is right there? What's up, Mercenary? How are you doing? But anyway, so this guy who does the like the deep dives and the cheater stuff, there was a pro cheater who got a pro cheater. Yeah, I'll just leave it on that. But like people called into question, he got kicked off his team. But he thought he went to one of these, I don't know what they call them, but they're people that like remote into your computer and they check like device manager settings and like the Windows logs and things like that to like look for screwy stuff. And this guy thought that what do you call it? The setup I was explaining in Siege, where You're playing on one computer and the other computer is running the cheats for you. Well, the guy who was like checking his main computer, he was like, dude, why do you have a monitor that you're plugging in to the USB multiple times a day? Like, why are you like unplugging and plugging in your monitor via USB? And the guy's like, oh, blah, 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 monitor not working right, blah, 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 blah. And the guy's like, do you have it? He's like, no, I sold it. And he's like, oh, well, it's common for these cheats to name the external device after a monitor brand, but it doesn't. Monitors, I mean, unless it's a monitor that has USB ports on it, monitors don't plug in via USB. They plug into your graphics card, right? So it's just like, and even then, you wouldn't plug it and unplug it multiple times a day, unless, you know, and it was like on the day of the tournament that this guy got cheated. And that this guy was plugging in and, you know, screwing around with the monitor. I was like, oh, I sold it to like my brother-in-law or my cousin or something. I was like, oh, well, if you can find the monitor, I could 100% exonerate you. Of course, the guy the next day proclaims his innocence, doesn't get the monitor, and then deletes all his social media and leaves the team. The word.exe moment? Yeah, there was a team for, was it Counter-Strike, where they showed up with one of those mice that you can like load files onto the mice. Like the mouse is basically like a USB thumbstick. So this guy just like showed up at a tournament with his cheats loaded onto his mouse. He named it like word.exe or something. Yeah, they named them to like Word files to like try to get past the admins, but when like the admins like were trying to investigate his computer, they're like grabbing him and trying to pull him physically away from the computer because he's like stretched out, like Alt F4 must delete everything, you know, delete system 32, like doing everything to like try to not let them investigate. And then of course they were able to find the cheats. I should have called it homework. Yeah, dude, I'm just doing my homework in between pro matches, you know? Well, guys, good news. That is Cecilia. All her parts taken care of, so. We'll carefully put her away in the box and we'll start on Gigi. I love Final Fantasy VI's music. This is the cave theme, right? Or better yet, port folder. There's some fun stuff you can do with a USB cable or identical keyboard to whoever you're attacking. What do you mean? Like hacking them or loading hacks or... Dude, USB cables and keyboards reminded me of the guy playing Call of Duty last night. He shows up to his stream late, gets through like an hour of tech support, only to then go, oh, my keyboard and mouse aren't charged, I can't play the game right now. Like, this dude is absolutely disrespectful to his audience's time. They're there to watch him. He doesn't want to play games. Any excuse to not play a game and do a chill with Phil instead. If you guys are interested, I am doing another giveaway. It is pinned in both chats. First things first, I need to figure out who is going to be given away. So, I put in like 4 characters that I thought would be pretty cool. I'm doing a giveaway, yep. Last time I checked, Lynn from Fire Emblem 7 was winning. But we have, I put Petra from Three Houses, Guts from Berserk, and it's pre-Eclipse Guts, so he'll have both eyeballs. Wait, and then Tifa, yeah. Oh, Guts is winning now? Okay. Take a keyboard, you punch in your password first thing in the morning, so if you put something in line with the cable or inside the keyboard. Oh, I see. We were just talking about just like people installing hacks for cheating at Rainbow Six. Sorry, trying to see if my stomach will settle. Because I'd like to get at least one of the Gigis done. Human trafficking is not a joke. Nope, it is not a joke. Now, I think all the characters would be cool. Petra, I already have printed. I think I did that stream last week of taking her off the supports. The other 3 characters I'd have to print. But I have access to all 3 of them. And they're all... Petra's done by Azarama, and then the other 3 are Bulkamancers. So very, very good artists. So they would be high-quality prints. So the only quality you have to worry about is my painting, but I will paint them on stream, so you'll be able to see what it looks like. Alright, I'm going to try to get through one of the GGs tonight. If my stomach can hold. Is this one still wet? I don't know. Dunk it again. GG's half as many pieces, so hopefully... But she's due to be shipped at the end of this week, so I need to get her finished. The other GG is for painting, so I can delay that a little bit. Yeah, Bogo's minted. Do I read Berserk? I haven't. I need to reread it. It's been a long time, but I did read it up to a point. I started buying the hardcovers, and I got gifted some of the hardcovers too. I never watched the OVA. I should probably watch that. But I watched the old anime, and then I watched the 2016 anime. It's good if you haven't caught up. Like I said, I'm not caught up yet. A lot of people stop after the eclipse because it's way too peak. Oh, I mean, the eclipse ends with a pretty... It's pretty rough, so I can understand if someone wanted to stop after that ending. Or after that event. Your birthday's Saturday. Happy birthday, Merlin. Are you gonna do anything exciting? I have a brother and a cousin who have December birthdays. Oh, my grandma has a December birthday. My grandma just turned 86. Yo, there's still resin in this. Oh, maybe I can't do this one right now. Hang on. Let me figure this out. This one might be too wet for me to do. Too wet, never encountered that problem. Maybe it's just the base. I'm looking at the other pieces and they seem... Change my gloves. Couldn't continue since when Mira's not. Yeah, that's... Okay, we'll do the base last, unless the other parts are pretty gross. Fish clam sauce, shrimp clams, and some kind of fillet. Nice. Hands are sweaty. It's hard to get the gloves on. I don't know what I need to do to upgrade the setup here. If I could do a second camera, maybe. Okay. Her tail tends to hold stuff inside it too, so if this one's leaking, then I'll just end up starting. Get a widescreen curved monitor to read chat. How much did he spend on that freaking monitor? The answer is probably too much, but I mean, like, he spent that money as soon as it hit his account. $1K? $1,000 for a monitor. Oh, like 200, 300? Oh, that's more reasonable for a monitor. Oh, crap. Is this one wet too? Shoot. The gaming one was 1K? What's wrong with getting a 1080p monitor that does 144 frames a second? I mean, I've seen the monitors where it's just one big giant curved monitor, and like you can like set regions within the monitor to act like separate monitors. Like there's some cool technology there, but like, oh, the gaming one isn't curved. What the hell? Why would you get a curved one for chat and not a curved one for gaming? Alright, that is absurd. I'm just trying to think how much money could have just been spent on taking his wife somewhere nice. And I think it was PPP who pointed out that it could have been a huge, huge middle finger to the detractors. If it was, hey, thanks for the positivity, Asmin viewers, the roaches. I'm going to do something I wasn't able to do. I'm going to take my wife on a honeymoon. Because then the detractors can't make fun of him for it anymore. .5 or 31.5 inch 4K OLED that does 240 hertz. There's no way he's playing any game at 240 FPS though. I have two ultra wides. First one I got several years ago. Now the other's my everyday monitor. I mean, I have 3 monitors, but I never spent more than $300 on any of these. I have this one right here that the chat is on, and then the other computer that I stream on for gaming has one for gaming and one for chat. But I don't have 3 monitors and a laptop and all this and that in order to stream. Instead, we make fun of him for putting a corner table in the middle of a room. Dude, what is with that setup too? That instead of, like, if you get an L monitor, you put it in a 90 degree in a corner of the room. Like, the real estate and the layout of that room makes no sense. He keeps going on and on about his new monitor makes the viewer's experience better. It makes it better for him, and therefore it translates it down to his viewers. He used to do that too when he bought new TVs, or was gifted new TVs, I'm sorry. He never bought them. Yeah, why is there a line in this? That's really weird. That'll come out with sanding though. I've noticed my printer was doing this in a couple of prints. It might be hard to see. Oh no, you can see it just clearly. There's a weird line that's going through the print. But yeah, he used to brag about how nice his new TVs looked when he got gifted them. And it's like, dude, I don't care how nice the TV looks. I can't see the TV. I'm seeing the capture card. And when he first moved in, gotta incorporate it into the paint. I think I'll just sand it down. Worst case scenario, I send a replacement part. Wait, no, hang on. I lost my train of thought because I was trying to get that off. What was I saying? Oh, that he had bought a better TV for downstairs for watching TV on than he had for his job. That was an old talking point back in the day. That this dude invested more in his own leisure than in his business. But don't worry, guys, he's totally changed. Sounds like someone texted me, but I don't have my phone nearby. And if it was important, they'd call me. He said it's not business before it became a business. This this entity, because it's not a business. Those old clips are pretty funny too. I love how I mean I made the comment earlier about how he's lost all commentary now that he doesn't beg anymore. I think Tevin pointed it out that now that he doesn't beg, he has nothing to talk about. But then that he's also compared quitting begging to quitting cigarettes. Wait, he's back to begging fully already? Like, come on, guys, like, we're $90 away from the goal kind of begging? Because just the other day he said, I don't want to put goals on the stream because that would be going backwards. Like, that was just 2 days ago. He said begging would, like, putting goals back on the stream would be going backwards. Not goals, but let's get our momentum. Let's get our first tip of the day. Oh, I heard that stuff too. I guess that counts as begging, but not like... I don't know. I want to see how long the no goals thing lasts for. Because I have it timestamped from the Tevin restream of Phil getting mad at Zombie Hulk Hogan for bringing up, why don't we bring back the goals? And Phil saying, I'm in a good spot right now, and bringing back the goals would be going backwards. So I just want to see how he double thinks that, where he justifies going backwards but makes it a good thing in the end or something. Oh, that's weird. It did this defect here too. My printer's doing some weird stuff, man. Why is this, like, soaking wet? I'm probably going to have to rewash this piece. All these pieces before I cure them. Goals aren't there, but he's asking for engagement. I mean, it wouldn't be that big a deal if you ask every once in a while. I mean, even not Asman, Hassan asks. But I mean, like, when you have a dude who's literally counting down every dollar, every cent, and then also every minute and every second of the stream just to get support. And then he's like trying to FOMO it too, where he's like, oh, this is the last chance to tip me tonight, guys. It's like, yeah, but you're going to be back tomorrow and you're going to be asking for money again then too. And the other thing is the money doesn't carry over. So if he gets to $149, hey, Mike the DM, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the workshop. That I mean, he doesn't do goals anymore. It's just DSP tries it whenever I don't want to eat my wife's cooking. How are you doing, Mike? I am jealous of the adjustable monitor arms. Those look pretty cool. I think it would be cool if I had a mount to get my monitors off the desk. You came from a YouTube recommendation. Oh, cool. Who do I know on YouTube that recommended me? If you don't mind me asking. Just got some monitor arms. They're super nice. I mean, I've thought about just getting even like the little shelves for the monitors to sit on. The algorithm of all things. Oh my god, the algorithm loves me, guys. Well, a little bit about myself. I'm a VTuber. On my hand cam streams, I only have the little PNG dude in the corner. Play a lot of strategy role-playing games, and lately I've been getting into 3D printing. So we work our processing our prints and painting them. Pro tip for monitor stands: you have more than one monitor, get individual arm stands, not combos. It's a good idea. If I was gonna get a combo or even individual stands, I have 3 monitors, but they're all 3 Dells, but they're all 3 different part numbers, so they have different levels of like bevel on the screen and stuff, so they don't look very uniform. So if I was gonna upgrade my setup for me and get like monitor arms and stuff, I would also want to make sure I have, 2 monitors that match for the gaming computer. Will for best VTuber 2026. No, there's people out there with incredible amounts of talent and energy, and I can only hope to have a fraction of it someday. Get in the mech. I love mechs. Oh, you asked about Mech Warrior. I'd be interested in it. I have 4 monitors, 3 in arms, and 1 on a stand. Hell yeah. The only people I've seen that have like 4 or 6 monitors are either doing a lot of like video editing or a lot of day trading. It's been great for DMing online. Hell yeah. It's fun. I recommend getting it on sale. Okay, I'll check it out. I still need to finish Battletech. My friend has been trying to sell me a triple monitor setup. Yeah, I know Battletech is Mech Warrior. It's like XCOM Mech Warrior. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, I don't know why you would need more than 2. I think if you were streaming, 3 is a good number because you can have OBS on one and chat on the other, and the gaming on the third one. I don't know why you would need 4. Four for the flex, yeah. I have 4 screens: main monitor, gaming monitor, TV, and art tablet. Oh, I guess the art tablets these days count as another monitor that you kind of like draw on. Oh man, sorry, my stomach's hitting me really hard all of a sudden. Yeah, we'll probably stop after Gigis so I can go lay down. The other thing I just realized, and I realized too late, is trying to cut still wet pieces is not very safe. No, I'm not gonna die on you. I just like I said, I feel like booty, but I still wanted to stream. One for cameras, one for Discord, one for session notes, and one for stats. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, when I DM'd, I love having a copy of everyone's character sheets. That way I knew like what armor classes and saving throws and hit points and stuff everyone was at. I miss D&D sometimes. Don't waste the good cancer juice. Yeah, I need to finish and dunk all these pieces in the isopropyl again because they're still kind of wet. Keep the books on your desk. Oh yeah, so you'd want the desk space for the actual books and then the monitors up on the arms. Oh, that sounds really cool. I just got one of those combo desks that could be built like an L desk, but I have a really long wall in the middle of my apartment, so both desks are flat, and then I'm here on the hand cam computer, and then the gaming computer's right here. But on my shelf, I just have all my plushies and figurines and stuff. Not gonna do show and tell right now because my hands are wet with cancer juice. Three monitors, a 32, a 27, and a 15. Nice. Pumping out a lot of DLC is nice. Man, your message is too big. It's overlapped by the pinned message on my screen. And I can't touch my keyboard because my hands are dirty. I did my remodeling in here. Having the desk in the corner took a bit of adjusting. Well, see, the other reason why I couldn't do a corner is I have one corner of the room has like a, what would you call it, like a 45-degree offset, so it's not 90 degrees. There's another bend in the wall like that, kind of. And then the other corner of the room is, here's a wall, and then this is the door to the balcony, so it'd be right in the window. It'd just be kind of cramped. It'd just look weird too. Wouldn't be able to get out of my go outside if I did that. Alright, we're almost done with GG. We're about halfway through. The hair is going to be the most annoying part, as it always tends to be. There is the second game called Clans, covers Clanner's side, and it's getting a DLC as well. That's cool. 13 music again. Is 13 worth playing? I mean, it's gotta be. They made 3 of them, right? It is. I'll have to check it out. Is there a way to play it modern? I'll ask DSP for you. I heard he never even opened the game. Dude, the comments on that video are hilarious. Where he's like, You guys may have noticed there's a high-pitched whine. Someone responds at that timestamp that says, yeah, and there's also a fire alarm going off. God, he had it so easy back in the day and just never capitalized. Never capitalized beyond what the early success was, I guess. That's Bullshit made a parody of that. I'll have to check it out. I haven't seen it yet. When they threw out a half a pound of meat in the trash. Bro, Norgal, I want you to understand, I can't approve that message right now. But Twitch has auto-flagged it for saying pound of meat is a sex-based term. Here, let me approve that for you. Nurgle with the naughty language. Like, it'd be one thing if he said pound my meat, but he said a pound of meat. What was that? I was working on this piece. Yeah, I don't understand that phrase being on the ban list. Like, I understand context. I mean, yeah, context matters more than anything. But you can't just ban meat because sometimes meat can be used in a sexual way. How's the family line weakness going? What does that mean? Are you talking about my illness? Schmeat? Yeah, Schmeat is gonna wake up one day with a ban. Because his name is too sexual. The allergic to wheat. No, I'm not allergic to wheat. It's everything else it feels like, though. I'd say I'm doing okay, but like I said, my stomach's bothering me tonight. In a few chats, you can't say the proper name of Austria because it contains funny mustache man word. Oh, okay. I'll take your word for it. I don't know what the proper name of Austria is. I'm gonna hot glue the figures. That's not glue. Let's try if it works here. Yeah. Oh, okay. I see why people might get upset by it, but that's really weird. Because it's not even spelled the way that we would spell that. no, you did typo it. Okay, now it makes more sense. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce it because my apparently my pronunciation of German is not good. Okay, just gloves and then arms. That word means kingdom or realm, but so many go gasps, that's the bad word. Well, I finally stopped playing Fire Emblem Heroes. It sucks because I've been playing it so long, but after the latest units, I stopped worrying. Dude, it has been a while. I hope you're doing well. Glad to see you. Yeah, I've been seeing some of the memes on... You pull up the character page, and it's just... of text to just describe how characters work. And then, of course, you also get the memes of, like, one character attacking another, and it's, like, 75 times 2 special activation for 0 damage. Like, there's just so many negates and counters and stats, and... Like, the combat prediction just doesn't match anymore, and... I don't know. It started off as really cool. The new units are just pair-ups of the year 1's Choose Your Legend? So what does that mean? Is it just a very obvious power creep of the year 1 CYLs? Because now they're pair-ups? Now it's 2 characters? I thought that was a split layer, but it's just a piece of support. Whoa! Almost nicked my finger there. Alright, we're gonna do this better. I didn't bother reading the skills, I just said this is dumb and uninstalled. Jeez. How long has Heroes been around? I mean, that's gotta be... I mean, it's still probably making them okay money, but I mean, it's also gotta be power crept to hell now that it's gonna hit retirement soon. Over a decade? No, dude says 8 years. Unless dude meant he's been playing for 8 years. Eight to 9-ish? Okay. That is a long time for a gacha game. That's crazy to think about. Remember the show Heroes and how terrible it got at the end? I don't remember the ending, but I do remember the show. It feels like a decade since it didn't materialize until Fates came along. I guess that's fair. You wait until I come back to stream again? Just for you, Reggie. How was your trip, Reggie? Did you get to eat any delicious seafood? Did you get loaded up on crab? Battle Cats is 11 years old. Puzzle and Dragons is 13, 14 years old. Wow. I never heard of those, but if they are gacha games and they've been around that long, that's crazy. That's cool. Puzzle and Dragons is super well known. Oh, well, the problem with me is I live under a rock, and that rock is called Rimworld, so it's hard for me to hear about some of the stuff. I could show you the art, you might recognize it. Yeah. Trip was awesome. I was in a deli mood, though. Oh, fair enough. Reminds me when someone called Oblivion a retro game. Ow, my hip, yeah. Got delayed 9 hours, so coming back, that was great. Yep, that stuff sucks. Are these supports? I think they are. I'm glad to hear your trip went well, except for the part where you got delayed by 7 hours. My goal in 2026 is to travel more. I don't know where yet. Probably the West Coast. Oh, I forgot the hair. Being in college with a bunch of 18-year-olds really makes you feel nice and old. I'm sorry, Shaq. I really just broke that piece, didn't I? Damn. Got to glue that. Her claptrap shoulder piece is really fragile, and I just accidentally broke it off one of the two parts. Hopefully conclude your signature hunt. Oh, for magic cards? Can watch us eat seafood. I can eat seafood. I just can't eat spicy seafood. So probably no Old Bay seasoning for me. I can't eat shrimp. I get sick. That sucks. I love shrimp. I finally decided to watch Schlepp's vids, and I didn't know it was that bad. What was that bad? Oh, on Fire Emblem? Oh, Roblox. Okay. I'll glue it after I cure it. I'll try not to bust it on this one. Been hunting signatures since 2006, ramped up in 11, got serious about it, and it allowed you to get more. That's cool. Yeah, hopefully you can get your cards back from that other guy. I'll have to check it out in a little bit, dude. I don't want to take my gloves off again. And I can't touch my keyboard because this stuff's uncured resin, so I got a bunch of cancer juice on my fingers. Wait, Aaron Forsyth called you a terrorist? Over a disagreement? That's wild. Thin bits of hair, let's be careful. This song is really chaotic, not helping me concentrate at all. And I can't skip the song either. Go real cautiously and just do a little bit at a time. Break it off in sections. I've been avoiding his lore for a while and being much happier as a result. Did he rage quit Prime 4? Yes, he did. So I hadn't been following him for a couple of weeks after the Asmongold stuff, but yeah, this week has been wild because we've quit Metroid Prime and American Truck Simulator. And even more crazy is the guy who donated all the DLCs for American Truck Simulator has also been banned. Why Truck Sim? It didn't hit the arbitrary support goal. And he's called it an arbitrary support goal. Balam Garden. Final Fantasy VIII. Yep, he stopped doing goals, so now he can just kill a game off for however he wants. But the other thing that's crazy about killing it off too is Jade really likes Truck Sim too, so I don't know what Jade's gonna do. I know Joy this. Dude, that sucks, Mercenary. I guess it kind of means you won the argument if the guy can't muster a counter argument and his recourse is to call security on you. He called off Call of Duty? What, really? I knew he was hating Call of Duty. So what are we gonna play now? I mean, he was hating COD, but I thought he was still playing it. I can't believe he dropped it. He's playing Megabunk now. He's only playing Megabunk because Asmon likes it. He completely passed on that game. Yeah, if he wouldn't yap so much and just play a game, he could get through his games at a more reasonable pace. I'm not saying go back and look at his podcast, because that's really boring. But how much of his podcast time has been dedicated to talking about support and low support, and this game's on notice, and I'm gonna have to move this game to the night stream because it's not making as much money. Like, that's all it is. Hey, what's up, Lyndall? How are you doing? Yeah, these are 3D printed VTubers. I have Gigi Mirin right here, and the other one I worked on was Cecilia Immergreen. But yeah, I follow a lot of artists on Patreon and get their files and print and sell the prints. Yeah, I'm about to wrap things up though. As soon as I finish the back of Gigi's head, because my stomach is not agreeing with me. And I knew I wasn't feeling good going into the stream, but I needed to get this done and I wanted to stream. Because I didn't want to cancel again. There we go. Got her hair off without any issue. Yeah, I did the same thing, Reggie. I watched the Asmon thing, thought it was okay, and then just tuned out for a while. And of course, I mean, when you get momentum on the YouTube algorithm, you got to capture it, or you got to keep doing what you're doing to get that momentum in the first place. So that's got to be like releasing more videos, more shorts, streaming longer, streaming earlier, maybe redoing your thumbnails or retitling your videos and stuff. And I like this part of YouTube where it's to think about what's good for the algorithm, how to play the algorithm game. You know, there's a lot more I wish I could do if I didn't have to work full-time outside of this. But, like, his one thing was, well, I'm going to stop begging, which was a good idea, but that didn't last long. And then it was, I'm not going to do a podcast, but then he still records a separate 2-hour video talking about all these changes. It's near impossible to get Mayher's SIG. Oh, that sucks that you got locked out of getting it. Dude can't wake up before 10 a.m. because he's up till like 4 a.m. reading every little thing about himself. Oh, I thought I broke a piece of hair, but we did it correctly. He's just now finishing Pokemon and seeing people with full-time jobs finish it faster. Well, he can't get rid of Pokemon because that game is like his money printer right now. Jade shows up, wants a Pokemon named, and then he begs people in the chat to give Phil money on his behalf to get a Pokemon named. So, it makes sense for him to milk Pokemon as long as he can. But he hates Pokemon. He shows up, he's yawning, he's disinterested, he doesn't know how to play, he doesn't know what any of the type matchups do. He only does it because it's an easy $200 every time he turns it on. Yeah, Jade is a proxy beggar. He is an Ultra supporter, so he is still giving like his own money, but for the bonus money of naming a Pokemon, he has to beg someone else to give that money. I go to bed at 2, but I can still wake my ass up by 7. Yeah, if I had to, and I've had nights like it where I haven't been able to sleep, you know, go to sleep at 2 and wake up at 5, and it's like, all right, got to carry my ass through the day. Need my C4 to get me through. Not sponsored, but I should be. Yeah, the explosive. He's learning from his papa. Yeah, it's really interesting how Derek learned from old Dave, and look what he turned into. And now we have Jade learning from current Dave, and look what he's turning into. Welcome home. The fake positivity is already worn off. We're banning long-term supporters, rage quitting games. I stopped watching Pokemon specifically because of Jade. But it sucks. Especially since he's a paying member. But when you get one guy that just like dominates the chat the whole time, and like they're really setting the mood. And I've had people like that even in this chat, where their presence like kind of dragged everything down. And I was like, well, you know, I only have 10 viewers and feel kind of crummy to like ban one of my regulars. But let me tell you, it felt so good to get rid of him. Because he was like spoiling games and stuff. It was stupid. But yeah, Phil should either like ignore him. Yeah, it is crazy Buckwell got banned. I guess if he ignored Jade, everyone in chat would rebel and be like, stop ignoring Jade! And then he'd either have to ban everyone who brings up Jade or ban Jade. Or just wait until Jade does something weird like what Derek was doing and then get all your colleagues to get in a Discord call with you and be like, you need to ban this guy, he's problem. And he still didn't want to ban him was also the really weird thing. Well, I have to rinse these pieces in IPA, so I'll probably do that tonight and then start curing later. But GG and CC are off their supports. I don't want to ban him because then the trolls will win. The way he could spin it is to just be like, you know what, the trolls are right sometimes. Oh, John, your monitor setup is sick. Nope, scrolled up too far. Hang on, I'm just checking Discord real quick. Oh, that looks interesting. Puzzle and Dragons.
It looks like AI, dude.
It also kind of reminds me of Gems of War. I played that for a little bit. Alright, well, I got mostly done what I wanted to get done, but I have to stop here. Sorry, guys. This is Final Fantasy IX. Thankfully, though, I don't feel so sick that it's like, I gotta run off right now. But we're in a good spot to, good thing I started early to run off. I know Anne's playing Claire Obscure, so we'll go raid Anne. You can't till the song ends. I never played 9, so I don't have any attachment to 9 and its music. Raid and Wheat. Alright, boys and girls on Twitch, if you're sticking around, say hi to Anne. And then those of us on YouTube, let me find a friendly friend to raid. They changed all the YouTube layouts. Again. Is it edit here? Customize live redirect? Yes, it is here. Yuki and Yuna are playing Harvestella, and they just started an hour ago, so You guys want to watch twin VTubers play Harvestella on YouTube? Stick around. Yeah, thanks, Reggie. I will give pets to Rocky. Stay dangerous, mercenary. We'll be back Thursday for Final Fantasy Tactics. I really can't wait because I need to get my tactics fix. And then, yeah, if you haven't voted in the poll, be sure to do that so you can help influence which character I paint. And then I will probably paint them on stream and then give them away. Ben will. He'll be back Friday. Yeah. Hope my stomach improves. Thank you. Yeah, I should be fine. It just does this occasionally. We just got to give it time. Oh, there goes Twitch. Bye, Twitch. All right, guys. Say hi to Yuki and Yuna. Oh, it's my 20-month anniversary, sub anniversary. Almost 2 years of following Ann Lee. There we go. Okay, guys. Have a good rest of your night. Have a good Wednesday, and hopefully I see you Thursday. Take care, stay safe, stay out of trouble, make good decisions, all that fun stuff. And I will chat at you later. Bye-bye for now.